welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, how early, like right now, at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, we're talking about urgency and productivity. What is the connection between urgency that imposts really move with a sense of urgency, and how that can impact one's level of productivity. So thanks for being here. For those of you who are new to the show, let me say a few words about it. We, our show aimed at increasing, enhancing people's productivity using a really powerful narrative-based approach, examining where people have been, what story they've told about themselves, so what story they're telling now about themselves, a story they'd like to eventually tell about themselves. And we do this with the ideal of using joy itself as a technology, both to enhance joy and then use joy so as a technology and a byproduct of this particular process, right? So thanks for being here. And if you are also new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show book of the month. Pick that book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people caught my people. And I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown was murdered. Bless him, bless his family, bless his spirit, and power and peace. And his mother in particular. As a parent, I can't even imagine. So bless him. This book is set 13 miles from Ferguson because there's a connection between the book and the current day. The book is a historical novel, and the ideal is to talk about the past, to engage in a discussion about the present. It's set circa the 1970s St. Louis race riot. So really powerful book. I'll look for that everywhere. I'm currently on my book tour for the book. I just came back from Atlanta, had a series of readings there and presentations there, and had a great time at the First African Church, which uses many Kemetic principles there in Atlanta. I'm back here in LA now, a little stuffy. I think all the smoke in the air here in LA is getting to me. So thanks for being here. I should also tell you that I'm the board president of the World Stage, a literary and jazz venue here. Let me clear my throat. Venue here in Los Angeles. Really powerful 501c3 nonprofit, 7 days of programming, you name it, we have it. Drumming, jazz, orchestra for youth, workshops, jam sessions, incredible concert series. Our executive director is the great jazz vocalist Dwight Tribble. Just a really powerful organization. Go to theworldstage.org and learn more about us. If you ever come to LA, you've got to go to the World Stage. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English literature an assistant professor of English literature at Loyola Marymount University here in California. I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. But as Cool Modi famously said, how you like me now? And if I can be this productive through joy, I know that many of us can be productive in a similar way. So thanks for being here. Let's dive into today's topic. So we're talking today, guys, about urgency and productivity. Important one is that you want to know that these are urgent times. You know, you've heard of the ostrich who does this, who places his head in the sand. Is it the ostrich? Some animal does that. But I've certainly been the ostrich, you know, not confronting what was really going on. Sometimes it's easier. In a way, when you medicate, you know, when you get high all the time, or in times of great crisis, I mean, hey, do what you do, you're grown. But when you're facing crisis, you want to be present as a mug. You don't want to be medicating. You want to be ready to go deal. So And that's also a kind of way of not being urgent because you give yourself a built-in excuse. So you want to know that these are urgent times because some people don't act like these are urgent times. Point two is once you recognize that, oh my God, these are urgent times, you then want to you want to place in place. You want to install what we call them rituals, things you do every day to strengthen you from the inside out. But also they help to stave off the stress and anxiety, which can be very crippling. Sometimes our problems can be so big we see no way out of them. But by doing self-care, getting up and meditating, and as I do in the mornings, if you know my show, get up early, meditate, pray, do yoga. We help people find their own morning ritual as a way to prepare for the day, you know. And so when the stress hits you, as it will hit all of us, we're able to handle it better and not be destabilized for it, and allow us to come out of our sense of urgency. Being urgent is not being panicked. Urgency is is taking action, thoughtful action, and making decisions and making decisions as a part of that action piece, and going all in and thoroughly getting help. You know, when things are urgent, you want to go seek help, right? We talk about it as a dream team or mastermind, which goes into point three. As you do those things, you're going to be more prepared to go do what needs to be done, to go do what needs to be done, even when it seems like a miracle is needed, right? And when you need a miracle, you better be urgent. All right, so boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, early AF at 4:45 a.m. Thanks for being here. Go to productivethroughjoy.com. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations. Shout out to people in Atlanta. Thanks for having me there. I had a great time. It was so powerful. What a time. Thanks for June Jordan. We had as part of one of the conferences, two of the conferences I was at, we were celebrating the work of June Jordan, who was my mentor in college. Wow. So thank you for her spirit, her work. What a blessing. So thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Also, because you're here now, hit the subscriber button. Become a subscriber. Get all these videos for free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4, free. Thanks for being here. We will see you soon. Deuces.